Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. I am here with a video, finally. I think I've gone 3 days without one, and I have a good reason. I simply did not have it in me to record. That's all I can say. And yes, by now you know that my furniture arrived, and I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to. I might not even watch Derek's video. Okay, I should let you know. Derek did the video. I told him, I don't think I can talk about this. And, I gave him some specifics because he wasn't with me, because he had to be taking care of my mother. Well, hello. Hello, doggy. I got a visit from a doggy who's off leash. I'm okay with that. A really cool dog. And anyway, so that's who I was saying hello to. Derek was here with my mother when the movers came. Skylar came to help me, and so I filled Derek in on the specifics, and I said, do you think you would like to do this video, because I just don't want to talk about it. And so he did, and I will link to it down below. I might not even watch it. It might be the first video of his that I don't watch, because I just don't want to. It's just too fresh in my mind, and I'm trying to not think about it. I haven't even been able to go there today, and I was going to be forcing myself because I need to get stuff done, but I just didn't really have it in me. Okay, that dog is just so sweet. So I'm just going to let you know, for those of you who are not going to go watch Derek's video, that, stuff was damaged, stuff is missing, but the damaged stuff was significant. It's my dryer. I brought the washer and dryer. I don't even know if the washer is damaged because they wouldn't hook it up for me. The dryer was so damaged that they said, well, we can take it out for you. And I said, yes, please. And then my big electric bed, the whole motor was broken. And part of the bed was busted. I don't know how they did such a thing, and I asked them to take that because that thing weighs a ton, but they wouldn't. So I'm left with a bed that I paid to have moved, that I'm going to have to pay to have thrown away. So there's just a lot of things that bothered me, and I hope I can get past this. I will be filing a claim, but it's pennies on the dollar of what things are worth. And, maybe down the road I can share some experiences that others have had with these companies. Or, like I said, I might just want to not even bother ever mentioning it again. I did give Derek all the names of the 4 companies that were involved. I don't know if he mentioned all 4, but I told him he was free to say, because I did tell you guys I'd like to name names after the fact. But like I said, this is too much talking even right now. I didn't want this video to be about this. Go watch Derek's video. I'll have the link in the description of this video, which may appear down below, may appear in a sidebar. There's all that. Okay, now let's talk about my mother for a little bit. She developed a cough yesterday afternoon, something that she has ongoing. She had that, in Maine, here and there, now and then, I should say. And then she had it while she was in the nursing home, off and on. Then she got it again when she was in hospice in Maine after the nursing home, while we were waiting to come here. And it was one of my concerns about putting her on a plane, because I was afraid if she was coughing a lot, they wouldn't want her because of COVID. And just so you know, she didn't need a COVID test or proof that she's vaccinated with Southwest anyway, but she had kind of stopped coughing a couple days before, and then she never coughed here in Mississippi the whole time we've been here so far, which is over 3 weeks. Yeah. And so she started coughing yesterday afternoon, and it escalated to like sounds from the movie The Exorcist. That's what her breathing sounded like. She fell asleep maybe around midnight, but then at 4 a.m. she started again, and at 6 a.m. I had to call hospice. I wasn't thinking it was end of life, because she has had this before, but it was so quick and so bad. And then I'm like, but is she playing into it at all? I don't know. So I called, and oh my God. And a nurse called back. I called the number, and it was 6 a.m. And they said, we'll have somebody call you right back. And so a man calls, and my mother likes men nurses. So I thought, okay, this might go good. And he said he would be there in about an hour. He was over an hour away. And I felt so bad. I was like, I hate to make you get up and come here. I know that's their job, but I hate that. And so when he came and I opened the door, good God, I hope he never sees this video. I was like, huh? I mean, huh? He was my kind of attractive. And get this, he was dressed. Now, this probably would not be an attractive look to most, but he looked like he just stepped off a lobster boat. All he was missing was like the rubber apron my father used to wear. But he had boots that, went up about, this high, and his pants tucked in. I don't know if they were sweatpants. They kind of looked like that. And then he had like a hoodie on. I'm telling you, he was like lobsterman. And that is, I love, a lobsterman, because that's what my father was. And I always thought it was so cool, all these men that were on boats. I mean, I just thought they were all attractive, like I think all pilots are attractive, but all pilots are attractive. All lobstermen, not so much, but this one, he was just standing there. He had long hair, and I was like, are you the nurse? He goes, yes. The first thing that entered my mind is, my mother is going to say something about this guy's looks, because I know my mother's taste too. And I was like, should I say something? I was like, no, I'll just let her say whatever she wants to say. So he comes in and he's like, hello. And she's like, hello? She goes, are you my nurse or are you a doctor? And he goes, no, I'm your nurse. Oh. And she doesn't say anything. So after they talk a little bit, she goes, you are so good looking. I told him, I was waiting how long it took for that to come out. And she goes, you look just like an actor or somebody. She's like, oh my God. She says, you are so good looking. She couldn't stop. So I was happy. I knew that was going to be a good relationship. I don't know if she'll ever see that nurse again. But he was the one that was on call. And he was. He almost had like a Billy Ray Cyrus kind of look. Like when Billy Ray had the straight hair, like cut to here, not the mullet days. See, I think Billy Ray Cyrus is a very good-looking man, and he kind of reminded me of him. But when he was standing there and his hair was like tossed to the side, I was like, holy shit. All right, so that was the experience with the nurse. He took her vitals. Her vitals were all good. So it's not like her blood pressure was super low. So, he said she probably just has something. And I said, well, she gets this every now and then. So we ended up, I had to give her some morphine. And the lorazepam, I'm not in love with that for her, because it can make her more agitated instead of decreasing the anxiety. It can make her through the roof with anxiety. But with the morphine, I thought, okay, we'll do this. Of course, all with him. He's telling me you could give her this and that, because I don't just pump her with meds. I just don't. So he ended up leaving, but he said, I will have, I'm going to put a note in here for a follow-up today. And so I said, oh, well, thank you. That would be good in case, she just is worse or whatever. So she did. She had a follow-up with a female nurse sometime after lunch. So that went okay, but she was being difficult today. Now I know she doesn't feel well, and so anyway. So Derek and Skylar left for part of the day. I believe they went to a movie, Ghostbusters, I think, and the new one. And so they were gone part of the day, and I couldn't go to the apartment to start opening boxes. And I was okay with that, because I just didn't want to go. I'm sad. I don't know. I can't even say I'll get past this, because I never know with me. It's stuff that could keep me up at night 20 years from now. I hope 20 years from now I have better things to think about. I don't know. Now what else? Oh yeah, so now I was just gonna get ready to sit down in Derek's studio while he was out to record, but then I got a call, and it was the social worker, because this is our first week with this new hospice, and everybody comes during the first week. So she said, can I come? Is it a good time? I said yes, and she goes, good, because I'm here. She was already in the complex. She was just looking for the apartment. So that was interesting. When she comes in, she introduces herself to my mother as the social worker. My mother knows what that means. And that means you talk about personal shit. And I'm going to say that this is the first time that my mother showed her true colors in front of somebody, and it was quite validating, and it was with the right person. That social worker understood and didn't brush it off as, oh, it's because she's near death, or it's because she's maybe got some touches of dementia. All I had to do was say a couple things and, explain this is how it's been for all my life. This is nothing new. And she said, you can't live like this. Because the tension can get too high. And I told her, I said, I'm very concerned about someday reaching my breaking point. I'm obsessed and fixated on this little leaf. And so, and I told her with the other hospice that was one of my issues, that I called and cried and was in crisis and talked to the social worker who I had seen before, and she was very nice. But this time she just dismissed me and, said things like, just remember this is temporary, stuff like that. It wasn't helpful. And she said, we're going to get you help. And I can have her placed at some point. We're working on it already. And I know that deep down, I would love to keep my mother, but I also know it's not good for her or me if we're together. She is never going to change. We know this. And she saw like all sides of her. My mother was just not happy with the fact that I was talking to this woman. She was just being very agitated, very mean to me, and then she did a complete change of personality and was overly like, I love you, I love you, I always tell you I love you. And it's funny that my mother will say, I always tell you I love you, like that means if you say it a lot of times, it means it, but, and anyway, so she saw a lot of that, and she said, this isn't good either. She says, this isn't like genuine. And I said, no, exactly. It's still irritating. And then she was so good at catching things. Like my mother said, no matter how, what was it she said? I want to get the exact words. No matter how much of a hard time you give me, I still love you. And it's all like in a very dramatic kind of voice. And it was like, see how there's, one sentence had to have something bad in there, She loves me, but she had to also throw in that she loves me no matter, even though I give her such a hard time. So, it was just very validating to have somebody to hear that. And, she's like, you really need to just, do this. We'll help you if this is what you want. So the good news is they're going to try to get me respite for 5 days. And I thought, that would be awesome, because now I could get my apartment all set up. If there's not anywhere for my mother to be placed at that point, at least the apartment would be set up. It could take me forever to set up that apartment with my mother, because I can't do it with Derek ever. So if I want us to move heavy things, I don't even want to leave Skylar. I can't trust my mother. She can try to get up. She could do all kinds of things. So, unless she would be sleeping, but it would be so nice if my mother was in a nursing home under respite care with hospice. I would be free to go to the apartment as much as I want, all day if I want, get stuff done. Skylar's off school all week. I would have her help. Derek would be able to come and help with heavy stuff. So I hope that that can happen. It could happen as soon as tonight. She said, as soon as there's a bed available, she goes, it could even be tonight. I will be calling you. She goes, if not, then, tomorrow or whatever. She says, we're just going to keep it. We're going to keep checking. As soon as a bed is available, we're going to, be able to take her in. Assuming everything gels, is that the word? Because she did have respite, so there's an issue of it could not be covered maybe by Medicare because I've already used her 5 days, but she doesn't know where it's a different state, maybe. So we don't know. So this could all fall apart. But right now I'm living on that hope that I could at least get 5 days so I could at least go to my apartment and not have to worry about taking care of my mother at the same time. I am maxed out with the stress of my mother and the stress of this move. And, it's just a lot. I'm even stressed out over working right now. That's why I haven't been recording. And, right now I feel sick to my stomach over fabric, but I know that comes back because 7 years of YouTube, I've gone through periods where I thought I could not record another video. And I have gone through times where it's like, oh, the fabric, what have I gotten myself into? How do I get out of this? That usually goes away because I really do have a passion for both. Right now, the other things are crushing that passion. When those other things are lifted, that passion will be free to rise and be in my life again. So I'm just going to do what I can. And I guess that's all. I just wanted to fill you in. Do go watch Derek's video, pretty please. I appreciate so much that he did that video for me. I hope it does really well for him. Deserves it. He's so awesome. I can't even tell you how awesome he is. And I appreciate him so much. And Skylar, too. It was so nice to just be with her and have her helping with counting the boxes and, just keeping track of, I had the list and she was keeping track and scratching things out. And she was just my support system. I didn't have to be in that apartment alone. I was so happy it worked out that it was a day that she was available. I just couldn't believe that. So, I guess that's it for now. I am going to sign off. I don't know why I have to tell you that. Why can't I just say bye? There's a plane. I love planes, and there's a train. There's a train that goes by often. I love it so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye.